We get another new shot of Model 3, and Stanford conducts an autonomous driving experiment. Here are your Tesla tidbits for December 9th, 2016. I'll not get tired of these stories until we get to the final unveiling of Model 3. Electrek reports to us on a new look at the Model 3 in broad daylight, the best look we've probably had yet. Tesla hasn't let anyone publish an official look at the car's interior, and the excuse has always been that the interior isn't final. But that doesn't make us any less curious now, does it? The picture seems to have come from the company party thrown here recently, and it's a gorgeous look. Head on over to the link and check it out. The image was anonymously hosted on Imager, and thankfully it was found and reproduced for us all to see before it could be removed. Teslarati brings us our final story from Stanford University's Dynamic Design Lab. They've just completed a study on how a human driver responds when an autonomous car returns control to them. Their results were published on December 6th. This is particularly relevant to Tesla, as the study specifically studies exactly what autopilot asks of the driver, and that is being ready to take over from the car at a moment's notice. Holly Russell, the lead author of the article, said, quote, "Many people have been doing research on paying attention and situation awareness. That's very important. But in addition, there is this physical change, and we need to acknowledge that people's performance might not be at its peak if they haven't actively been participating in the driving," end quote. One of the keys to the study is that they believe that the driving at a slower speed versus a faster one required far different behavior. On a closed course, the study sent drivers down the road for 15 seconds and then had them take their hands from the wheel. The car then brought them back to the start of the course. They repeated this 3 more times, and then they changed the way the car behaved, and then went around the course 10 more times. The changes were meant to mimic the difference in steering between slow and fast driving. Even though the drivers were told about the changes, their driving was not nearly as good as when they started. After this, the researchers returned the car to normal and sent the drivers back down the course 6 more times, again needing time to adjust. According to the article, this demonstrates the difference between what is called explicit and implicit learning. Even when we know what's coming, our implicit motor control does not. The study shows that until we have full autonomy, the moment where the handover occurs is the weak link in safety. The article finishes by saying that our only real option is therefore to get rid of the handover and just have the cars do the driving. I think Elon couldn't have said it better himself. Check out the links to today's full stories in the show description. If you get some value out of the show, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. If you can spare even $0.25 a month, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks to my super patrons John Walthour and Drew Schuyler for their support. As usual, though, if you have no spare coin, it's no big deal. You can still support the show for free through positive reviews on the major media services where you find the show, and by spreading word of the show to other Tesla lovers. If you have feedback for the show, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. Last reminder to my patrons and those that are looking at becoming patrons is I plan to enable instant billing tomorrow morning. If you're not sure what it is, check out the end of episode 132 where I lay it all out. That's it for today. I'll see you back here again next week. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.